I'd be lying if I said it bugged me whenever we have a tie in a stage vote like we did with our third place finish here. It doesn't. And besides, for this playthrough, I'm going to be letting my bro break those ties. And between the lion and the bug here, which is a spider, he decided that it's beast mode time. So let's ride. We are going to waste no time today in putting our new techniques to the test in Kuin-Bu and Kuin-Zan here. And with Kuin-Zan, we don't have much of a choice because after all, it's replaced our basic jump slash. But it is so much more effective, and it does more damage too. I honestly recommend using it all the time. Although what's not effective in this stage is this guy. Oh man. Ouch. I don't think he'll be making it into X5, gang. Just saying. Anyway, be a little careful as you're moving along and that you don't go too fast, because the easiest way to get hit in this first part of the stage is just by flying right into one of the flying bats. And also keep in mind that the Mets here will eventually shoot at you if you let them hang around too long. Kinda like these knot beret soldiers. That's not like tie a knot. Not as in the not very effective like that one robot we saw that fell right off the train. With those cannons, you definitely want to take them down quickly before they have a chance to fire their beams at you. Those hurt. But if you can't reach them in time, then they will eventually switch to shooting missiles at you from the back. There's a few enemy types in this game that do that. In fact, we're going to get a demo of those missiles flying at us right now. And these cannons will actually fire out a few rounds of these missiles before switching back to the beams. For those missiles, I recommend Kuin-Zan, but for the cannon, go with the Hoo-Ha-Hoo. We'll get a better move for dealing with them later on in the game. Third time's the charm with these knot berets is that one's gonna get to survive. And that's because this one's gonna run and leave us with a mini-boss. Now those pistons there, only the spikes on them hurt. The poles are actually in the background, so you can jump over the spikes and then get right to hacking. Every now and then the cannon up top will take shots at you, back off when it does, then get back on the attack. And for Zero, that means getting up close and personal, so let's just do that and somehow avoid getting hit by that one piston while using Ryujin and finishing this first half without a scratch. That was pure luck, by the way. Part 2 of our train ride is going to see a lot more fighting and even less platforming than we saw in the first half, as there's no real jumping from car to car anymore. Instead, these soldiers are going to try to stack the deck against us. Good luck with that. Now these big guys here in the mechs will activate if you get too close to them, so that's why we're hanging back. Although the third one here is going to take a charge at us. Good thing Zero can see farther than we can, because that mech comes out of nowhere to try and take a pass there. I think I'll pass on that. Thankfully, after you take that guy down, you get some ride and ride armor yourself. And that is sweet, because this thing is going to do a lot of damage for us. Literally. I mean, look what it's doing to these train cars. Now that said here, I wish I would have got up on the second car in time before destroying it, because that heart tank is not hiding inside it. It's actually just sitting there on top of it. It is free, it is easy. It's so simple to pick up that I would argue that it's probably the easiest one to get in the entire series. A lot of enemies trying to take us down here, but this ride armor has a ton of health. Unfortunately, our ride in this fun mech is about to come to an end. That's actually the last time we're going to see this particular ride armor in the game. Aww. Once the train comes to a stop here, be paying attention behind you because the knot berets are going to try to ambush you. Whoa, that was a closer call than I would have liked, but we managed to avoid it. And for this transition between trains here, I actually don't recommend using dash jumps. I actually had some issues getting caught in the terrain and managed to dash myself into a pit on a couple of occasions. So take it nice and easy, and you'll be ready to ride to your last destination of today's stage. It's more of the same on this last train. We got a couple of soldiers, a couple of cannons. Same thing as we saw in part 1. In fact, this is the exact same setup we did see back then with the cannons. And once you get past these last few soldiers, you are ready for today's boss. No shutters needed. Had to time everything there with the music again, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay, that's pretty cool. Slash Beast's main attack is to go with hops. Sometimes he'll go low, other times he'll go a little higher. There's a third style, though, where he'll go straight up and then immediately drop straight down to try and hit you with his claws. That one hurts. Thanks for the demonstration, Beast, and thanks for avoiding it zero. That twin slasher attack can be dangerous, and it's the main reason why you only want to get a couple swings in and then get back, because it's kind of tough to dodge if you're at close range. Once he gets under half health, that's when he's going to employ X3 boss strats. By dashing into a wall, it will knock you down if you're hanging onto it. Once he gets into yellow health, that's when he can do his desperation attack of trying to lunge at you. If he catches you with that move, he is going to hold on to you and then dash into the wall with your back slamming against it. That also hurts. It's probably his most dangerous attack. And with Zero, that's more of a problem because, again, you have to get close to this guy to be able to hit him. There's one other thing he can do, and that's by putting his claws up into a defensive stance like so. If you hit him at any point while they're up, he is going to immediately counter with that twin slasher attack, and it's going to be very tough to dodge. So again, another reason to only hit him a couple of times, then move back. And we were supposed to finish the fight there, but we sort of missed. Not exactly a cool finish, but whatever. It was a perfect one. Nice job, me. Nice job. You too, Zero. I really like that stage. Honestly, it's really tough to mess up a train level in a platformer. Or any game, really, as long as your game's good. Shippuga, Gale Fang. You dash, you slash. But you can only dash on the ground with this. You can't do it in midair. That kind of makes it on the weak side, even though it's great on ground enemies. Just because a couple of the bosses that are weak to it spend most of their time in the air, including our next opponent coming up. Oy. Yeah, I saw that typo, but we don't need to worry about that. All we get to do today is enjoy the fact that we completed our little training montage. That's a pun, by the way. And get ready for our next episode once we press that button again. Could have timed that one better, but you know what? The timing in that fight was hard enough. Don't know if you know it, gang, but it is a jungle out there. How do I know? Because it says right there on the screen, see? It says jungle. And it is there where we will be hitting the halfway point with our next Maverick. Along came a spider, and hopefully next time along goes a spider. We'll see if that's the case. Kinda hope it is, or we're not going to be able to get through this game. That would be rather unfortunate. End of the video.